Welcome to this session of the National Middle Level Science Teachers Association's Meet Me in the Middle virtual share-a-thon. As with our face-to-face share-a-thons, each presenter has prepared a short presentation for the attendees. Unlike our face-to-face event, the presentations have been pre-recorded and stitched together. The presenters will be available to answer your questions or for further explanation after all the presentations have been shown. On behalf of NMLSTA, I would like to thank all of our presenters. Now, on with the share-a-thon.
Hi, my name is Jessica Cahoot, and I teach biology at Reservoir High School in Fulton, Maryland. I'm excited to talk to you about a project that I introduced to my ninth graders that connected environmental issues and STEM. This project could be adapted for middle school, and I'm excited to tell you about it. This project was also inspired by Mr. Trash Wheel in Baltimore, Maryland. The trash wheels were invented by John Kellett of Clearwater Mills and is run by the Waterfront Partnership in Baltimore. It is a great example of innovative design and ways to address environmental problems in our own backyard. We have 3 trash wheels in Baltimore with a 4th one on the way. They use solar and river current to power and move trash out of the water and into a dumpster. But they also have unique personalities and a huge social media presence that brings awareness to the problem of pollution in our Baltimore harbor. I thought I could use the idea of Mr. Trash Wheel to bring engineering design into my classroom. I could address several NGSS standards that include human impact and designing solutions for a better community. This project hits on all of the science and engineering practices, disciplinary core ideas, and many cross-cutting concepts. I wanted students to really understand their own role in contributing to the health of their environment and to realize how much single-use plastics they actually use. So we tracked and we graphed the amount of plastics they consumed, and we also did a campus cleanup to prepare for this project. It was eye-opening. Another goal of this project was to introduce students to the engineering design process. I wanted them to tackle a real-world problem of single-use plastics. I wanted them to collaborate with each other, to be creative, and to experience an iterative process within a set of constraints. And this project did that. So the students were assigned to build a model out of these single-use plastics to move a ping pong ball out of the water and into a separate container, just like what Mr. Trashwheel would do. And just like Mr. Trashwheel, they needed to bring awareness, so a PSA was also assigned. And they had to work together. Students were assigned groups and given a role. The project manager organized the group. The mechanical engineer chose the plastics to make their designs out of. The software engineer wrote the code to control the motors and sensors. And the marketing design team made the PSA, but they all worked together to build this single product. And the project took about 2 weeks to complete in class, from brainstorming, reviewing concept sketches, making prototypes, and refining and revising their designs. It was the best 2 weeks of the year. Students wanted to come in at all hours to work on their designs and get them right. They're really into it. It was great to hear students collaborate and say things like, well, that didn't work. Let's try this. And I'm so proud of myself when they finished writing their first ever successful computer program. It was very joyful, a little messy, but so much fun. The kids really had a blast. And the creativity was just oozing out of my students. All of their designs were different, and they were all fun and unique, and they put a lot of effort into getting them to work the way they had envisioned. They were all very proud of their work, and they really wanted to show them off to anyone that would come by. And here's one of the designs, and you can hear the joy, the pride, and excitement in their voices. It's just music to a teacher's ear. They had so much fun. And even though this project dealt with engineering problem and solutions, I wanted to make sure that all kids could see their talents represented. This student animated their own PSA, so every kid felt like they could contribute and make a really good product. And this project turned out to be one of the most joyful experiences in my teaching career. Students even wrote to our local congressman to tell him what we were doing and that we were working to improve our watershed. And he just happened to show up on Showcase Day. It was amazing. And so thank you for listening. I used TI technology like the TI Inspire CX graphing calculator and a TI Innovator Hub to get this project going. So if you have any questions about the project or have interest in implementing something like this yourself, please contact me. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. I'm excited to be here and present 10 STEAM skills for everyone. My name is Lydia Kirane, and I am the coordinator for PLT Sales and Marketing at Project Learning Tree, where I support the delivery of PLT environmental education resources and professional development. Did you know that green jobs represent one of the fastest growing segments of the global economy? By 2030, it is estimated that there will be an additional 60 million new green jobs. The opportunities are vast, and the pool of young people entering green jobs is not sufficient to meet the demand for tomorrow's workforce. Educators like yourself have an opportunity to expose youth to career paths and help them develop STEM and leadership skills needed for green jobs. Project Learning Tree has several resources to help you get started. Project Learning Tree, or PLT, is an award-winning environmental education initiative that works to advance environmental literacy, stewardship, and career pathways using trees and forests as windows on the world. PLT provides resources that teach youth how to think, not what to think about environmental issues. PLT's high-quality curriculum and professional development help educators just like you engage young people in learning about the environment and take action in their community. PLT materials provides hands-on inquiry and problem-based learning and encourage creativity and collaboration. In addition, materials are correlated with academic standards for science through phenomenon-based units of instruction. Today, we will be highlighting the Student STEM Skills Self-Assessment and Personality Quiz for students to learn about green jobs. These two resources help students build awareness of the many STEM skills needed for green jobs in the future. The 10 STEM skills for everyone is a self-assessment that encompasses interpersonal and technical skills that are important for any job seeker in the green economy. Whether or not they are aiming for a STEM career, students rate their skill level on a scale of 1 to 10 in both skills like collaboration, creativity, problem solving, and nature-based design. A supporting resource to the student self-assessment is the Find Your Green Jobs Personality Quiz, a digital resource for students. The quiz was developed from PLT's Green Jobs Exploring Forest Careers, where a printed version of the quiz was first created based on Holland's personality theory, which includes 6 personality types: realistic, artistic, enterprising, investigative, social, and conventional. From PLT.org, educators assign each student a unique student code to grant access to the quiz. Then students can take a personality quiz and get recommendations for green jobs that suit their personality. Students then visit PLT.org to enter their personal code to complete the online quiz. Then they begin by answering 6 questions about the personal qualities that best describe them, such as being a leader of a group, working behind the scenes, or collaboration, or working alone. After answering the first set of questions, students are asked to select adjectives that best describe their personality. The results will tell them about their dominant personality type. In this example, you'll see social in 6 related green jobs, such as park ranger or environmental educator. By selecting the job suggestions, they can read more about it. STEM skills related to the jobs and personality type are also provided. Students can click on the skills to read more about them, such as creativity, leadership, and communication. From the quiz, students can find their way to additional resources at plt.org/workingforforests. There, students can learn about the benefits of green jobs, why green jobs matter, and discover 12 green jobs fact sheets. PLT activities are flexible and can be easily adapted to virtual learning, as well as provide resources to take kids outside safely. These online resources are especially valuable today at a time where connecting in person is challenging. Thank you for joining today to learn about PLT's STEAM resources to connect youth to nature and discover green career. To download the STEM skills assessment for your students and try a condensed version of PLT's Green Job Personality Quiz, please visit the bit.ly link /10 STEAM skills. Lastly, to provide the full quiz to your students, use the code EarthDay21 at shop.plt.org for up to 10 Find Your Green Jobs quizzes for free, which is up to 300 student codes. If you have any questions, please contact me at plt@forest.org. Thank you for your time today.
Hello, my name is Libby Simpson, the Director of Education at FIRST. For 30 years, FIRST has combined the rigor of STEM learning with the fun and excitement of traditional sports. Today I'm going to discuss how the model of FIRST has improved teaching and learning and how we have shifted this model to work in a variety of learning environments over the past year. FIRST offers a suite of robotics programs for pre-K through 12th grade. We have over 660,000 student participants in over 110 countries around the world. Our programs create opportunities to gain STEM skills and prepare young people for the future by empowering them to be global citizens. Our programs are anchored by the theory of change, which details the specific strategies used in the design of all of our FIRST programs. Hands-on learning, teamwork, focusing on a real-world challenge, challenging topics that are relevant and connected to authentic future skills that are needed for college and career, exposure to career through exploration and work-based learning experiences, caring adults and mentors, and a public celebration event. These elements have led to amazing student outcomes in STEM, college, career, and life skills, along with a proven impact on long-term interests, attitudes, and actions for students in their post-secondary life. A foundational element of our programs that produces holistic and 21st century skills is our core values. The social and emotional skills that students build through our programs are due to both the way our programs are structured and the authentic incorporation of our core values throughout our programs. In the past year, the structure of our programs has needed to shift, as has teaching and learning across the globe. Early on, we wanted to ensure a way for students to continue their ability to participate in FIRST at home and to ward off the learning gap that was inevitably going to happen with such a rapid shift in learning structures. We focused on a couple of key areas that make an impact the learning experience. First, we wanted to continue the development of STEM skills and using hands-on learning, giving our learners and ourselves grace to say that we might be learning in new environments and in different ways, and we do not have the concepts mastered yet, but we are going to learn through our failures, encouraging the adults in these learning environments to be the lead learner and be involved in the learning process. And lastly, that learning should still be fun, playful, creative, innovative, and inspire students to find their passions and keep learning. Our new concept, FIRST at Home, focuses learning various STEM skills that can be applied across fields of robotics and continued career exploration. We focus resources on specific areas connected to what our learners would learn if they had participated in our programs normally. Things like the engineering design process, coding, programming, computer-aided design, mechanics, electronics, and general STEM skills. We cultivated the resources that were age-appropriate. We put them in a way that was easy to find and easy to categorize what was appropriate for those students' levels. Lastly, we did not leave out our other learners and created resources for caregivers, coaches, teachers, and to navigate the new teaching and learning environment, but keeping our core values at the forefront of those support structures. We also developed a series of STEM lessons for each age group, and we now have over 50 different free learning activities to choose from that can be done in any learning environment. These activities use the engineering design process and project-based learning and are cross-curricular in nature. They focus on building STEM skills through hands-on activities, and they can be taught as standalone or in a sequence, and they're a really great way to introduce a variety of STEM skills to students in age-appropriate ways. If you would like to learn more about FIRST or bring FIRST to your school or organization, please scan the QR code and fill out the short form to get information or reach out to me at the email address below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference. Remember, be the lead learner in your life and continue to inspire the future. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello, my name is Melissa Sleeper. I am a member of the National Middle Level Science Teachers Association Board. I am also the K-12 STEM officer of the Cape Canaveral section of the AIAA. I am a science and STEAM teacher at Gifford Middle School in Vero Beach, Florida. Today, I am going to share with you some information about an organization that is inspiring the future of aerospace. This organization is the AIAA. It stands for the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics. It is a professional organization dedicated to shaping the future of aerospace. It brings together all kinds of people from the profession as well as educators and students. Today I'm going to tell you about the free educator associate membership. Yes, membership is free. This membership will allow you to access micro lessons that are NGSS aligned, that are grade level focused, and are archived on the website. You will also have access to STEM grants. You can apply for STEM grants for worthy STEM projects with an emphasis on aerospace. You will be eligible to receive 2 grants per calendar year. You will also receive the Educator Associate Bulletin, which contains additional aerospace information about grants and programs. You will become a member of the Engage Open Forum. There is an Educator Associate section where you can network with other educators, but the Open Forum is a great place to request guest speakers. Yes, astronauts, pilots, and engineers love to talk to your students. You will also receive the Daily Launch, which is an up-to-the-minute aerospace industry newsletter, which has interesting tidbits you can share with your students. You will become eligible for the Educator Achievement Award. This is a $5,000 award to you, $5,000 for your school, a trip to DC, and a crystal apple. You will also find out about other programs that are sponsored by the AIAA, such as the Higher Orbits Go for Launch, which is a program to teach students how to design experiments to fly aboard the International Space Station, and their current Space at Home program, which sends a box of materials that are space-related to a student's home, along with a list of webinars in which scientists, engineers, and astronauts meet with the students to mentor them through the completion of the activities in the Space at Home box. My students have loved doing this program, and it was made possible through grants. They also sponsor the Blue Origins Design, Build, and Launch Rocket Contest for high school students. Regionally, we have held a Generation STEM Day where aerospace professionals put together interactive activities for middle school students to complete as they learned about careers in the aerospace industry. My entire school's 8th grade was allowed to attend this event, and they found it to be fascinating. The section also provides science fair judges for local science fairs, special awards at these science fairs. They conduct a student essay contest about an aerospace topic, which gives cash awards to students, and they mentor students who are conducting science fair projects and are seeking information about what courses to take for their career path in aerospace. The Florida Institute of Technology student branch of the AIAA is also teaching middle school students how to construct and race drones. This year, a high school membership is added. They have many of the same benefits as an educator member. If you have any questions about the AIAA or the National Middle Level Science Teacher Association, please feel free to contact me. Thank you for listening.
Hi, I'm Liz Martinez, and thanks for joining me today for Eureka Bioprospecting for Medicine. During our short time together, we're going to take a look at a series of activities that let students start thinking about the idea of bioprospecting in the oceans for new medications that will help us in life. First of all, we need to help students understand what the word bioprospecting means. They'll probably recognize the prefix bio meaning living things, and then prospecting, you probably know about mining. So yes, we are mining living things to take out pieces that we can use to help us develop products and medicines. This page they take a peek at and they have a discussion of, wait a minute, I've seen all these things or several of these things, and wow, they all have an element that has been bioprospected. In the past, we've tended to stick to the land to do the bioprospecting, and bioprospecting has been applied to many cultures for many years. What we found, though, is that we need to turn to the marine world because the marine world offers 300 to 400 times more possibility of finding application that can be developed based off of some living organism that we find. This is a wonderful sponge. Sponges are fabulous for so many reasons. And one of the things that they've been able to do is derive, for example, an HIV treatment medication from the sponge, from a toxin that is in the sponge. Also take a look at some of the other genetic material too. But you could see that in that one that sponges have helped us develop a lot of antibacterial, anti-malarial, anti-inflammatory, etc. The same thing, these critters in a reef, they live off of an area that's pretty tough. They have to fight off a lot of disease. They're really good at deterring their predators, and over half of our new cancer drug research is marine-based. So to make the model of our flora so that we can go ahead and we can start exploring and checking out populations to see what might be there and where we could find the creatures of interest, we need to build our ocean floor. Shower curtains, straight edge, some tapes, and some little critters that I found. There are animal counters that you can find in a lot of math supply houses as well as Amazon. So what I did was I made, I believe, 5x5 grids here, and you can see I like to label them on both sides, top and bottom, for the students for ease of use, and that way they're not spending the time losing their position, their place, spend the time on counting. Then you'll notice that it looks like these are randomly scattered, or at least I hope it does. You'll notice that several of them, though, cross the boundaries of more than one square, and that's on purpose because we want the students to think about, if it is located on I1 and I2, where do we go ahead and classify it? Because our students are going to want to take a sample of everything in the ocean, and they can't. So the groups are limited to selecting ahead of time without seeing the ocean floor, what 5 areas would you like to sample? So you can see this group strategy was going from the top left down to the bottom right. Some groups will bounce all over, etc. And we've talked about the idea of what essentially is a population to get to the idea of a population sample. So here you can see what this group recorded in their data table, and they'll go ahead and they'll share their information with other groups later on. So I'll find that this might be a bit disorganized because it's out of order alphabetically. They might find a better way to consistently organize it as a class. But you can also see that the C star is purposely crisscrossed on multiple squares so that they'd have to decide where to do this. Now, to get more information, because they talk about that you have only surveyed 5 out of 50 possible squares, or 10% of the ocean. 90% of the ocean is unexplored. So how can you do this? Because you don't have enough time, you don't have enough money, you don't have enough machinery. You can share data with other groups. Now, a lot of these organisms, as we said already, live near reefs because they have the proteins that we're looking for. They have the genetic material that we're looking for. They're just phenomenal. But when we go ahead and we start exploring reefs, because there are so many things of value here, corals, etc., but also we take a look now at freedom of the sea, because doing this bioprospecting for medicine is very lucrative as well. So we put the students in the role of a judge because these countries are claiming, no, wait a minute, you can't take, for example, that sea star from our continental shelf. That's our continental shelf. So there are laws, and they get into the Freedom of the Sea Act, and they start discussing that a bit as well. Also, too, if you would like to, you can go ahead, because we have drug discovery phase, we have the drug development phase. So the testing or the drug discovery phase, which takes 6 to 12 years, you can do a little simple pH test to say, okay, if it turns this color, we know there are no known side effects, so it's safe to take it to the next level. If it turns this color, then we're not going to take it for any further investigation. That is why it can take up to 30 years to develop a new drug. So here's a quote from a friend of mine who helped me out, and he is in the pharmaceutical industry in the business of developing medications. Please email me if you have any questions. Thanks.
Greetings. Welcome to the NSTA's Engage, and welcome to the National Middle Level Science Teachers Association introductory session. My name is Ann Farley Scheffler. I'm the current president of the NMLSTA, soon to become the past president as I turn my mantle over to Edrelyn Pagarigan. I have been a middle school science educator for 18 years, and before that, I was a teacher of ESL teachers. As you can see, we are truly a national organization with our board of directors participating from coast to coast and border to border. We are unique in that we are the only National Science Teacher Association devoted solely to the needs of middle school educators. We are also pleased to be celebrating our 30th anniversary this year. Meet Me in the Middle Day is an annual event that takes place at the NSTA National Conference. We've missed it so much this year. We feature roundtable conversations, formal presentations, the well-regarded and very well-attended Share-a-thon. We offer door prizes. We offer an opportunity to network with other middle-level science educators, share ideas, share activities, and get to know some people in our field. Our response to the pandemic, in partnership with NSTA's Middle Level Committee, was to introduce a webinar series, a free webinar series, that took place throughout the summer and has continued throughout this school year. We've offered webinars on lab safety, on the nature of science, on grant writing. We've offered webinars that are that feature some of the. Our response to the pandemic, in partnership with the NSTA's Middle Level Committee, was to offer this free webinar series. We began last summer and have continued out throughout the school year. You can see some of our topics and some of our presenters. Our objective is to offer rich professional development to all of our members and the opportunity to network with members as well. We recently concluded our annual elections, and we would like to gratefully acknowledge the outgoing members of our board of directors, Kathy, who is an inspiration to us all, Liz, who is in particular a mentor and an inspiration to me as the past president, Brian and Melissa and Kristen have all brought their own talents and gifts to our organization as well. We are so happy to announce that our president-elect is Allison Seymour. We are looking forward to greeting Edrelyn Pagarigan as our incoming president. You will hear from her shortly, and I will be transitioning to the past president position. We are also happy to announce our other election results, in which Kathy Biernat will return to our board. We welcome Peter Kelly to our board. Liz Martinez will return to the executive board as secretary, and Melissa Sleeper will return as our representative to the Alliance of Affiliates.
Hi, I am Edrelyn Pagarigan, and I am the incoming president of NMLSTA. I have been a middle school science teacher for more than 20 years and been a member of NMLSTA since 2013. With that, I have experienced the benefits of my membership. So as a member, you can develop your leadership skills because you work with teachers who are passionate in making science instruction fun and engaging. Meet and collaborate with the experts who partake in decisions around science education. And the best thing is, you can learn and take away things you can bring to your classroom. These can be resources, instructional materials, lesson plans, and others which you can share and implement in your classroom and in your school. One of the opportunities in being a member in MLSTA is that you're able to join our board. Our elections take place in February, in time for the results to come out and announced during the national conference. In the board, you can lead or be a member of the different committees. You can present at National Science Teachers Association conferences under the auspices of NMLSTA. Due to the pandemic this year, some of our members presented in NSTA Engage last fall. Also, due to COVID-19, we offered series of webinars in a monthly basis, which were recorded and saved in the archive in our website. And as a member, you have the access to these recordings. Members of an MLSTA have priority considerations to present for an MLSTA at NSTA conferences such as the Sherathon, a workshop, or facilitate in a roundtable conversations. In MLSTA, you meet and collaborate with middle school teachers across the country. It could be through live stream webinars, meet me in the middle of the day at the NSTA National Conference, or participation on our board of directors. Members have the opportunities to apply and win various awards. One is the Classroom Award. I myself received my Classroom Award before for my robotics club to buy our own robot for the competition. So the award is $200 and is awarded in spring and fall, and the application process is simple and easy. The other award is big, the HEARD Award. It is for a member with exemplary science teaching performance and leadership in sharing their skills and ideas with others. The award consists of a $1,000 prize from FOSS, our sponsor. Thank you so much. We will receive 1 year complimentary membership and a plaque of recognition. Our website contains a myriad of resources for the members. These resources include, one is the monthly idea of the month. As a member, in this resource, you can submit a lesson plan, a resource, activity, experiment, or anything you think would benefit middle school science teachers to be featured in the idea of the month. Also, members receive the monthly newsletters through email where resources, news, and information about opportunities are provided. So we're so excited for our members. So this is our contact information. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us. Thank you so much and enjoy the conference.